Hello everyone. So today I am going to one next very important library, and the library which we people need to use for visualization of a data. And you know that the visualization has very relevant information in analytics. So because it's a very famous quote, a picture can communicate that even thousand or more words cannot. So that's the relevance. So whenever we want to identify the pattern, so we know that in real life there is a huge amount of data, and to display that data in tabular form and to identify what is the pattern, uh, or if you want to predict anything related to that particular data, it's very difficult. So it has always been observed that it's better to visualize the data uh, before we will go for further analytics or whether we will go for further processing. So today I'm going to uh, discuss what is the library we people will use in Python to display our data, and we will. And the second thing is we will also try to implement the various function of that particular library. So let's start the process. So the first, let's see the theory part little bit. So if you will see in the comment, the importing matplotlib. Okay, so the first step is we need to import matplotlib library. So please remember, whenever we want to visualize the data, so it's important library and its name is matplotlib. And which particular module we want to include in our program. So we will include pyplot. Okay, so we need not to include the whole matplotlib library into in program. So what we will do, we will import matplotlib package pyplot module. I have already shared one video related to what is the difference between the package and modules. Kindly go through that particular video. If you have any problem in understanding why pyplot is called module and why the matplotlib is called package. And the nickname we people have given PLT. Then we need to write one more command, that is %matplotlib inline, and the purpose of that particular line is to display matplot for Jupyter Notebook. So we want to display the impact of matplot library on Jupyter Notebook. So that's why that particular line is important. So let's go to the practical part. So as I mentioned, so import pandas as PD, import numpy as NP. If you want to perform some operation, you can import. If you don't want, you can leave it. But for visualization, import matplotlib.pyplot is compulsory, and similarly %matplotlib.inline is also compulsory. The reason I have already discussed in the above section. So let's see how these particular things will execute. So let's execute that particular part so that the import will take place. Now both the all the libraries have been imported in our program. Now the first thing is we know very well that whenever we want to draw any particular graph, there is x-axis and there is a y-axis. So normally we plot graph on two-dimensional, and this will be called the x-axis and the vertical line will be called the y-axis. So here suppose I am having a data related to height, and there is another data which is related to the weight of four people. So this is the height of four people and this is the height of four peoples. And if you want to draw a graph between these two variables, that is that you can say x and y or height and weight, so we will simply use plot. So what command we will write? PLT. So PLT is a nickname for matplotlib.pyplot, and we will use plot function. In plot function, height comma weight, that is the x comma y, two x's I have given, and let's execute it. And you can see the line has been drawn. So it's very simple. It's a one line command. You can say that plot function we need to use x and y value. Here you can see the height values x-axis is there, and y-axis, this is the y-axis, this is showing your weight, and this is the graph between these two variables or xy values. Now many times we want to give some name to our chart, so or we want to give some title to our chart. So for giving title, we will simply write plot dot title, and whatever name you want to give, please mention in the double quotes. And many times we want to give x label and y label. We want to give on x label, we want to give some label. Similarly, in y axis, we want to give some label. So for that, we will use plot dot y label for y axis name, plot dot x label for height, and let's execute it. The rest of the three lines are similar that we have discussed earlier. If you will execute it, here you can see that a specific name has been given, that is the height and weight graph. Here you can see, just a minute, here you can say height and weight graph, title is there. Similarly, the x label height, so x label you can say height is there. Y label weight, so here you can say the y label weight. So whatever name you will give, it will be displayed on the graph. Okay. Many times I want to display both the data separately. Okay, means I want x graph will be displayed separate and y graph will be displayed separate on the same x and y axis. So for that, what we will do? So here height is there, weight is there. So I will call plot function two times. On first time, I want to display graph for height, and for the second time, I want to display graph for weight. And if we will execute that particular part, so here you people will see that this is the graph of weight. So because you can say the 50 and the values are 50, in between 50 and 70, and this is the graph of height, you can say. So that's why you can see the values are, all the values are below 10, because the values are 5, 6, 4, 7, like this. Okay, so we can display different values on the same axis also. Let's see few more interesting things about this. If you want to add label to chart, so how we will mention label to the chart? So here so we will use the legend word, and legend you know very well. So that legend you have seen that whenever we will display some particular graph, you will see it will give some indication that this particular thing will indicating height, this particular thing will indicating weight. So that is the legend. So in Python also, for giving legend, so I have given labels height comma weight. Okay, so legends, what legends label I have used? I have used height and weight, and LOC is indicating location, because the legend we can display on the upper right corner, we can display on the lower right corner. So depending upon which location you want to display the legend, so you will use LOC parameter and give. So here what location I have given? I have given location upper right. So the legend will be displayed at the upper right portion. Let's quickly execute that particular part. Oh yeah, so here you can see. So you can see the labels height and weight. So now you can see that which color line is indicating which graph. It can be clearly visible to the user by looking at that particular legend. So height will be represented by the blue line, so that is the height, and weight will be represented by that orange line, you can say. Okay, and here you will see location upper left. So here you will see it when you displayed on upper left. So if you want to display upper right, you can change accordingly, because there should not be mismatch between the legend and the line. So that thing you need to be careful. Next important thing, many times I want to control the size of the graph. So many times there is a a lot of values. So I want to increase the size of the graph so that the values will be clearly visible, and sometimes we want to reduce the size of the graph. And so to do that particular size, or you can say to define the size of a graph, we will use figure function. And in figure function we need to give figure size, so that is will be 5,5. So whatever value you will give, depending upon the values, the graph size will be increase or decrease. If you will execute that particular part, here you will see, if you will try to compare this particular graph to that particular graph, you can say the size has been reduced. So you can handle the size of the graph with the help of a figure, and by giving figure size parameter. Let's move to the next part. The next part is I want to define color and line type. Okay, so I want, since there are two values, height and weight, so I want to display height by with some different color and weight by with different color. And not only color, but we want to use some different symbols also, so that user can easily categorize, okay, this is the line, or this is the graph of height, and this is the graph of weight. So for that we are having a wonderful function. So while we people are giving plot function, we will give the value of x, along with we will inform the type of the line. So here y means yellow, and o means I want to display the height values with yellow color and O symbol. Okay, with O symbol. Similarly, weight I want to display with green color, and that is with dashed line. That is with dashed line. And rest of the thing is same. So let's execute that particular part. Oh, great. So here you will see height, yellow and circle, weight, green and dash symbol. Here you can see that the weight has been displayed by the green color and dash symbol, and height been displayed by the O, yellow color and O point. Okay, so we can use different type of symbols. You can try different type of symbols. The different formats are there, so it will clearly differentiate that which graph will be represented by which symbol and color. Next times, many times we want to plot more than one plot in a figure. So I want, there is a one figure in which there will be 4 graphs. Okay, so that thing we can also, now that is very useful. Many times we want to show the comparison between the different values. So while showing comparison, I want to display 4 graphs, and then we can do or show the comparison, that this, in this particular graph it is increasing, in this particular graph it is decreasing, and so that. And to do that, we will use subplots function. We will use subplots function, and number of rows and columns. So means our graph will be divided into 2 rows and 2 columns. Means the screen will be divided into 4 parts. So it will be 2 rows and 2 columns. And figure size, whatever figure size you want to give. And here the important thing is figure comma ax. Ax means axis. Okay, so in axis you will see that the graph axis will be divided into 2 rows and 2 columns. So let's execute that particular part. U. Here you will see the graph has been divided into 4 parts, that is the 2 rows and 2 columns. One more important thing, if you will see here, so I have used axis also. Here axis, if you will see, so what axis here, it is indicating that in axis 0th row 0 column plot height and with this. So that is the 0th rows and 0 column. You will see it will be displaying a yellow color circle, that is it will be displaying height variables. Similarly 0th row first column, so this is the 0th row. So let me show, this is the 0th row, this is the first row, this is 0th column, this is the first column. So if you will talk about this, So this will be indicating 0th rows and first column. So that's why you will say AX 0th row first column. I want to display weight, and similarly you can give different title also. Here again AX 0th row 0 column, set title first. So you can see title first is there. Similarly 0th row first column, set title second. So you can use the title second. So in this way, we can use that particular graph in a very simple manner. Let's see one more important thing here. If you will see that the y-axis, the numbers are different, and here the y-axis are numbers are different. So many times it is required that I want same y-axis on both the graphs, same y-axis on all the subplots. Because if there will be a different value, we cannot show the comparative analysis. So for comparative analysis, the values on the x-axis and y-axis should be same. So on x-axis you can see the values are same, but on the y-axis the values are different. So how to make the y-axis common to both the graphs? So for that we people will use, you can say, so to make the common axis for all subplots, here you will see this is the share y equal to true. So share y equal to true means now the y value or the y-axis value of both the graphs will be same. Let's quickly execute that particular part to check. Yo. So here you can see, now you can check there is a single axis for both, means this is the y-axis for this graph and this is the y-axis for this graph also. So now you can say, if you will see that which value is more, so you can easily show the comparative that this particular values is more and this particular value is less. So if you want to do comparative study, so you need to be careful that the values on all the subplots should be same. So I hope that part is clear to all of you. So in this way we can visualize different type of data. So basic part I have covered in that particular lecture. In next lecture I will like to take some data, means big data, and try to connect that big data to Python file, and then we will learn how to visualize the data of any particular bigger file. So that is the next part we people need to think, because in real life whatever data we people are getting is a huge amount of data, and we need to learn how to visualize huge amount of data and how to interpret that particular data. So that part I will like to cover in next section. So for to understand that, please go through that particular lecture thoroughly. So thank you so much. Keep learning, stay fit. That is very important nowadays. And bye bye to all of you.